I know. Yes, I know. Good morning. Say, good morning.
Hello, everyone. My name is Thumper.
He's purring for you. He says today we are going to make bowl cozies. Bowl cozies, but holiday ones. Because why not? Yes, we're just going to make some bowl cozies. So you can sit on your fat little butt and not lick out of them. All right. Good morning, everybody. I have no idea what's going on here.
Say hi to everybody at once.
Yeah, I can't. It's not letting me click on it. There it is. Oh, I swear, if you don't refresh something, it doesn't show up. It's like, what? Alrighty, let's see who is all here real quick. We got a little more. Dawn, Cindy, Norma, Karen, Joyce, Danelle, Sue, Gloria, Ellie, Mary, Cat Lady, Judy, Amy, Laura, and some more. I just realized too that these glasses are super filthy from me just like throwing them around constantly. I'm gonna clean them beforehand. That way I don't have to do it next time. I literally just throw them around, pick them up with my fingers, get them all smooched up and all that stuff. Anyways, I normally keep a bag like this. It has food fabrics in it mostly, like cupcakes and chilies and just the pears and onions and more cupcakes or muffins and chef fabric and whatever else. Inside this bag is my lovely Creative Grids Bowl Cozy template. Let me tell you, this bag, I told Scott, I was like, it's in a round bucket. It's in a round bucket. We're searching everywhere between the fabric room and this room. I cannot find this round bucket. And then I found a round bucket and I was like, that doesn't have the stuff in it. What did I do with it? Because I organized and just decided to throw it all in a bag, make it easier, But I forgot about that. So I'm digging all these project bags out, digging them out. Finally, I come across this, the template sitting right on top. I can make bowl cozies without it, but I want to do the round ones. I don't want the pokey edge kind. So obviously I needed to hunt this thing down. And it's really easy to use. So you can buy these on any one of my links, probably have it, at Quarter Shop and so on and so forth. If you need yourselves a Creative Grids Bowl Cozy template. Now this one, you cut 2 11-inch squares from fabric and 2 11-inch batting squares. And then sew it together, sew the pieces together with some quilting. Then fold it, cut it out, cut the notches out, and so on and so forth. It's like really, really easy to do. So I have a big ruler because I need to cut the squares out of these. And then a whole stack of batting that are 11 inches. It's just from my scrap batting, which I literally throw so much of it under the ironing board. And it's time to clean it up. So bowl cozies is the best way to clean up all those strips of batting that I store for no apparent reason, except for this. The bigger pieces, we mark how big they are, and then they go under there, and I use them for smaller projects like table runners and stuff like that. But the smaller pieces that are under like 18 inches, which would be a table runner length, they're literally stacked under there. Like, I don't know why I save it, but this is the perfect reason. So I started by pulling some fat quarters. So I'm just going to hold them up one at a time. We got some gingerbread min, and then some holly leaves and berries. Remember I said in my open gate video when I was quilting, I do holly leaves and then berries, and I always quilt 3 berries. Well, here is another print with holly leaves that just have 3 berries every single time. It's 3 berries. Santa hats and candy canes and what's that word? It's morning. What's the word?
Christmas ornament.
Christmas ornament. And then we got some bells, which I just realized they're directional. Then I got some poinsettias with holly leaves and berries. Oh wait, some more bells. Ding-a-ling-a-ling. We got some candy canes and candy, mints. Some actual candy canes. And some mittens. And then I also pulled from my Christmas but holiday theme, not specific Christmas, because it could be used for Thanksgiving as well. Some holly leaves and berries. Oh, again, look, 3 berries. It's like a common thing on all prints that have holly leaves and berries to have only 3 berries. What's up with that? And then a wreath with ribbon. And then,
like that.
Yeah.
Streets, right?
And then some poinsettias and what's the word for it?
Flower.
Green
Garland.
pine. And that's it.
Oh, there's pine cones on there.
Pine cones too, yeah. Look at that. So I figured what I would do is cut from these, boop, 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 and then cut 1 square from each of these because you only get 1 square from the fat quarters. The rest of it I can piece together and make pieced ones, but right now we're just going to do solid square ones. And I'm going to make them 2 colors. So I'll choose one of these to go with one of these. Choose one of these to go with one of those. And so on and so forth. You get the picture here. So for now, I'm going to move these out of the way. And we're going to cut 11-inch strip off of each of these. And then subcut it into 11-inch squares. This is like the most easiest thing we could ever make here on my channel. But since it's so easy and it literally takes only 5 minutes, what I'm going to do is just make a ton of them. And that's what we're going to do today.
Don't ask questions.
And if you have any questions, ask along the way. I still didn't change my blade, so I still have my fabric room. It says FR fabric room cutter in here because they're marked actually so that I know. Quote room, fabric room. Don't know why I did that, but yep,
That's
Scott
fine.
said it's because I'm a goofball.
That's fine.
All right, I'm going to turn this around so I get a more accurate cut here. Move out of the way, Mr. Chair. Okay. So I'm just going to cut an 11-inch strip, and then off of each of them, then I'll stack them and cut 11-inch squares. Because that's literally all you need to do. 11-inch squares. I'm also going to take the yardage numbers off of these because they're not going to be that anymore. Here, 11 inches. Bam. 1 down, 2 of these big ones to go. Make it nice and straight this way. Pull my little tag off. If you guys haven't seen my organizing videos, I actually tag all my fabric to know how much is on. Ooh, where's that landing? There. Okay. That way I know how much is on each of these. I'm OCD about that because I want to be able to say, oh, I need 1.25 yards for my project. And guess what? I have to look for the ones that have 1.25 yards on them. Makes sense, right? All right, 11 inches right here. Oops, stay on the line. Right there. Make the cut. Move that out of the way. Toss that over there. I'll get 3 from each of these cuts. Which is good. Oops. Turn. Up. Make the there, right there. Move that off of there. I will remeasure, and then some will end up on the shelf with my other cuts because it's less than a whatever. All right, now just stack them. I've got two, and then I have to unfold it to get the third. I could have just, opened them all up, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to. Line it up on the line, make sure all the selvages are crossing said line. They are. Good, 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 good. All right. Come over 11, just right here. I will have to have Scott turn the iron on because they are cut at the fold, one of the folds, because I fold them up on the bolt.
Oh, you need me to re-iron? I can re-iron.
Open them up and cut another one off, which again will have the fold. I know some of you have been looking forward to a new video coming out, and I will get it edited today. I finally finished filming it yesterday, so I need to now edit. So hopefully tomorrow or Saturday the new video come out, since Sunday is just a de-stash, so that way you guys have some sort of something.
Did you cut all these together?
Yes.
Just iron them all together, or no?
Technically, yeah.
Well, should I pull them all apart for you? I will do that.
All right. Come over 11, which is right there. And make the cut. And then this is what I have left, and I can use that for piecing, whatever. Get these folds gone. Now I'm going to move on to cutting one from each of these fat quarters, because you can't get, unless your fabric is 22 inches after the selvage is cut off, which is very rare for a fat quarter, then you're not going to really get what you want from it. So I'm literally going to stack them all and cut all of them at the same time, since I'm only cutting one. Just lining up the selvages, because that's the straightest part. Making sure all these are at least passing a certain point here. Oh yeah, and if you're going to use these in the microwave, use 100% cotton. But I could tell you right now from experience, you don't put fabric in the microwave. I know a lot of people say, oh, mine works fine in the microwave. Well, guess what? Anytime I have ever tried any kind of fabric in the microwave, it doesn't work. It burns up.
Tell him to ask your husband.
Yeah, ask my husband how we know. So, no.
He tried to microwave socks that were wet to make them nice and warm, like out of the dryer.
Yeah.
And they lit on fire.
Yeah, he caught the microwave on fire.
Not the microwave, the socks.
The socks. The same thing. All right, last one. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut all of these at the same exact time. I'll find the shortest one there, which is right here. Line it up so I can find it real quick. The shortest one is right there. Yeah, not all fat quarters are created equal.
No, we learned that when I ironed them all at the beginning. This black one with the holly berries is the biggest, and some of the others are teeny.
And yes, I'm cutting more layers than I probably should be, but guess what? I don't care. Now I'm going to cut this selvage off and then cut over 11 inches. Oh, that selvage is big on that one. Well, that went mostly simple on that. Turn the whole thing this way. No. And then come over to my 11-inch mark right there and right there. Make the cut. So these pieces right here can be used to piece together, or I could make a Christmas project. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna turn it one more time. Line it up and cut again. At the 11. And I doubt one of these looks like I will get 11 from it again. Let's see. Definitely not that one. This one's a yes. Ooh, that one's a yes. Definitely not these. And this one is a yes. Oops. Not that one. So some of these I was able to get 2 from because they were over 22 inches from the selvage, which is a good thing. Don't you love it when a plan works out, at least for some of the stuff? Over here, line it up, and make the cut. And that is a string. I'll put that in my string bin. All right. Here we go. I'll move this out of the way. I put red thread in because red thread goes with all of this. So it's red thread time. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way. And I'm going to pair 2 of them to start. Remember, I'm using some from the yardage and some from the fat quarters. I'm going to grab 2 pieces of batting, like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and place the 2 pieces of batting on top. Okay, come on. Nicely, nicely. It's on there. Place this one on top of that. Right side up. So now we have a right side out sandwich. And I'm just going to take it over here and sew it. It's that easy. That easy. I'm going to start with, I'll start with a stitch from corner to corner first. Oop, we're going to change this to a 3mm stitch length. I'm holding it and going slow. I'm also going to lift this a little. Wow, that went like amazing from corner to corner. Now I'm going to sew from corner to corner again. Very carefully. And I'm just guessing here. I'm not really lining anything up properly. It's a bowl cozy. It really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to cross center, center. So an X and then a plus sign. And I'm not using the thread cutter, by the way, because something is wrong with my machine. So I can't use the thread cutter. I know, they just keep, everything just keeps going on with all my machines. All right, so I'm gonna have Scott hold this up to the camera so you guys can see how I've stitched it.
It looks pretty cool.
That way you know how to stitch yours. So I just made an X and then a plus. And you can see the fabric kind of shifted a little bit on the top and the bottom, but that's okay because guess what? This is the curved one. So it's going to be perfect. All right. Now I'm going to fold it in half and then fold it in half. Now you don't really have to do this because this is too many layers to cut. I'm going to actually not do it that way. I'm just going to line this up on my plus sign and just cut that way. Keep lining it on the plus and then cutting. That works better. Okay. Put it right here first. I'm going to start with the dart. Go around the curve. And then continue with that dart. Then, it's a lot of layers to cut here. Oh, dart didn't cut right there.
What ruler are you using?
I am using the small bowl cozy template because I don't have the big. I only have the small. All right, now I'm going to line it up on my next plus sign. There. Cut out the dart. Go around the curve. Oh, I wasn't supposed to put the bottom fabric on. No, I was. I think I just did something wrong. Now that I have remembered what I'm doing here. Can you tell I don't do this very often? Yeah, I wasn't supposed to sew both layers at the same time. You're only supposed to do one layer with the two batting pieces. And then hook them together. Oh, come on. That's okay. I will fix it.
One person said they were confused when you put
Yep.
the bottom layer on.
I don't know why I put the bottom layer. I knew it. I knew I was right away. That's okay. I'm still going to cut this one out, and I'm just going to fix my issue. You know how? I'm going to unstitch, which I'll do later, but for now I'm going to cut it out and then start another. Why? Because I can. This brought back the memory from the last time I made them. It's been like, what, 4, 5 years since I've made bowl cozies. I'm not saving any of that fabric.
Would it be easier to draw the curve and then cut with the scissors?
It would be easier to draw and then cut with the scissors if you want to. I'm going to set that aside though, and I'll cut it apart later. All right, one piece of this, 2 layers of this, and then sew.
You're going to do it the right way now, huh?
Yeah, you know, sometimes my world, I just mess everything up.
You could do a binding around the top.
I could do a binding around it, yeah. We all make mistakes, and we all figure them out. All right, now this one, and let's see, do I want that one with this one? Sure, why not? So I'm going to start by folding this one in half, and then folding it in half. See, that's where I knew I was doing right the first time. Place this at the fold side, Literally works so much better this way. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I have a problem. And now that I remember said problem, I'm good. All right. Here is one. Now to do this one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with the batting in it though. Yeah, it's going to be too thick. But that's why I have a 60mm cutter. Which is hard to cut around curves with.
Maybe they're using the scissors and marking would be better.
I don't want to use scissors and mark. I want to be whatever with it. I just want to get it done. Oops, where we are right here on the fold. There. And oops, wrong one. I want this one. I'll get it out in 2 seconds. Yep, the worst way to use a rotary cutter is dragging it back and forth. But guess what? It wasn't working the other way. Just needed that little corner. Now I have the pieces correct. Hoi, hoi, hoi. I've got this with the batting and this without batting. Now I'm going to lay them, this one, right sides together. No, it's not right sides together. What's wrong here? I'm going to lay this right sides together and sew my darts first. Whew, memories. All right, so I'm going to sew my 1/4" seam darts. This side. Then open it. Open, open. There we go. And do the other darts. And this one. Huh? So now I have bowl shape numero uno. Now to sew the darts on this. Quarter-inch seam. Open. Churn. Sew darts. And one more dart to sew. All right, now I'm going to trim all these tails off. Why? Because I can. Yeah.
You typically only use 1 layer of batting?
No, I'm using 2 layers of batting. 2 layers of batting is what I am using. So I have 2 fabric squares and 2 batting squares. All right, now I'm going to place these together, right sides together. See, it's all coming back to me now. Place one inside the other. And now I'm going to sew around the perimeter, but I'm going to leave an opening to turn it out. So I'm going to match up my darts on the sides. Where's my clips? There's a dart. I'm just going to match up the darts. Put a clip on it. Match up another dart. Put a clip on it. Another one. I always leave my opening on one of the curves with these. For me, I find it easier to close it up since I don't hand stitch. I mean, some people hand stitch these, so I don't. All right, now I'm going to put some clips to hold these in place. Makes it easier to just dump them out. I'm going to leave my opening on this one probably.
You're not using wrap and zap?
Wrap and zap? No, because I do not recommend, 100% do not recommend throwing these in the microwave. See, here's where I'm getting at here. Other than the microwave, this and the microwave catching on fire, there's another reason. You put something in the microwave to heat it up. When it comes out, it's hot. Put this with your bowl in the microwave to heat it up. Comes out, this is hot. You want your ice cream in your cold bowl. You don't put this in the freezer, do you? To have cold hands? I mean, does that make sense? I mean, I don't know. I might be the only one that thinks that way, but. All right, so now I'm going to sew around my curves with a 1/4 inch seam. Oops, I'm leaving the openings. I need to go about right here. And then I'm just going to sew all the way around it. Pivoting at the darts. And then flattening it back out. Going around the curve. Stop at the dart, pivot, go around the curve. Pivot at the dart, go around the curve. It's really pretty easy. Make sure that stays. And then leave my opening right there. Leaving all these tails. I feel like I'm wasting more thread not using the thread cutter, you know? Which technically I am. But that's okay. All right, I left my opening. So now I need to trim that away. Trim this away. I don't want all these long threads inside this thing. Maybe I'll cut my tail shorter since I know I'm doing this. Open it up. Turn it right sides out through the lovely hole. Just takes a second. Then I'm going to take my shank, because you need a shank for that, which the real word is a Hera marker. I just call it a shank, which everybody knows, because that's what it looks like. All right, so I'm going to push it all around, nice and flat. I didn't make the hole big enough for my hand. Push all these edges out, nice and lovely, all the way around.
Is there a way to do this without that ruler?
Is there a way to do it without the ruler? Yes. You could do the square version where the outside has points, and then all you have to do is cut the darts, which are it's 1.5 or 2 inches over. I don't know what this one is. So this one is a 2-inch wide at the opening coming in and at the center. So when you fold it, it's 1 inches out. So when you fold your fabric into a square like this, fold it like that, and then fold it like this. Your darts go on the folded edges, and you would measure 1 inch out and 2 inches down, and then make a diagonal cut. 1 inch in while it's folded though, and then 2 inches down, and there's your dart. So yeah, you can do it that way, and if you want to do your own curve, you can. These are pretty easy without the template. I mean, you really don't need a template for this kind of stuff, but I am using the template because I want them all to be the same. All right, I'm just using my fingers at this point now to get the rest of all this, making sure it's fully out, and it is. Now I'm just going to fold this under a 1/4 inch and fold this under a 1/4 inch and have Mr. Scott turn that iron on for me, because this is the part what we need an iron for. And I am going to iron this under a 1/4 inch and then iron this under a 1/4 inch, and then we're going to meet the two, clip it. I'm going to bring the clips over to the iron with me, so that way I can clip it, and then we'll top stitch around the whole thing, and bam, all cozy done. So as soon as this iron is warm. Oh yeah, he can turn the camera so you guys can see how I iron this. Although it's really hard because you'd have to put the camera on this side because I'm right-handed.
Well, okay then, I'll come over there.
Yeah, because the iron blocks the whole thing. Okay. As soon as this iron is warm, I'm folding under a 1/4 inch. Even with the batting there, I don't care. I'm not going to cut the batting away because the batting is all the way around the whole edge anyway. So I'm folding it up a 1/4 inch. I use the iron. And don't burn your fingers. And then turn it and fold the curve. I'm just kind of giving it a memory crease at this point on the batting side. The other side will lay nice and flat, and then I'll clip it. So we're going to flip it this way now and do that same thing, but on the not quilted side, or the outside of your bolt cozy, which technically is the inside because it's reversible. And I just fold it under. And then while I'm right here, I just take those two ends that I have folded under, match them together, put a clip on it. Making sure it's staying folded under, put a clip on it. Making sure it's staying, this side stays folded under nicely. It's usually the batting side that does not. And one more clip. So it's clipped all the way around it. Now all I have to do is go top stitch. But first things first, I'm going to give it a quick iron all the way around every curve. Making sure that the fabric meets on the outside and that the black is not showing on the white side and the white's not showing on the black side. Just a quick. I even get at the, what is the word for it again? The pleat. That way when I top stitch, it'll be nice and pretty. And right there. All right. You get to see my very messy room. All right, I'm going to turn this back to a 3mm stitch length and stitch all the way around, starting at the opening. So I'm going to come above it and start with the side that has the opening, back stitch, and very carefully go around it, 1/8 inch from the edge. Pulling the pins as I come close. Pivot at my seam in the center, the pleat. coming up to where I started. Back stitch, pull it away, snippety snip. All right, it is now a reversible bowl cozy. I don't have any bowls in here for an example of my little white dish set, because why would they be in here? But here is a bowl cozy. So you can have it on this side or this side if you just flip it around. That's up to you. They're reversible for the season. I always give it like a nice pull, but there we go. Nice rounded bowl cozy. Yeah, one of those little white ones.
Grab the blue one, but okay. You want a black one?
Grab a blue one too, so they can see the difference in the size bowl.
Okay.
All right, and while he's grabbing one of each, I am going to refold this and cut this one out. I'm going to match this with this one. All right.
One of each.
I use this bowl. This is my cereal and everything, oatmeal and everything bowl. And it fits lovely. Just nicely. This is the bowls that you would get, anywhere. This is a Corel. You can find them at Walmart. You get a whole bowl set. This is the average bowl. I mean, look at that difference. But these also fit in here because it's the small bowl cozy. But even some of the Tupperware dishes fit in these as well, just so you guys know. So some of them fit Tupperware dishes, but these fit just nicely. Ta-da! So those are the two kind of bowls that I have that fit in these beautifully. You know what else fits in these things beautifully? All your junk. There we go. So you can also use them for all your junk. You just throw it in the drawer, put the specific item in that. Bam. You don't have to use them as a bowl cozy. They can be little trays to keep stuff in. All right, let's start another one. All right, we're going to take this. We need two of those. Let me cut this first. Normally, I would keep the fabric, but I'm on that stage of life where this is not keepable. I just don't need it anymore. I got the main project part done. I don't need the rest. All right, so I'm going to take my batting now. Two pieces of batting. Going to place it on here. Smooth it out. There's that already cut. To make this even better, I can just pre-cut this. Oh, that just helps me so much more. Ay. Make it easy on myself. I'm pre-cut this too. Why didn't I think of that before? Oh wait, because it's morning time. My brain is only at like 30% functional in the morning.
Can you do a more extended demo on the square bowl cozy?
I can. I don't want to make square bowl cozies, but I can make one. I'll do it out of the food fabric. All right. It's now cut. Now all I have to do is place it on here nicely. Ooh, look at that. Probably should cut the batting, but I'll cut it out with scissors. Now I should be able to just sew it in. Make the X first and then, or make the plus sign first and then make the X. All right, scissors. I'm gonna cut around this. Get that batting off of there with my scissors. This part probably takes longer using scissors. That's probably why I don't use scissors. Plus it hurts my hands. Or hand, singular, because I can't cut left-handed. Trust me, I have tried. When I was healing from carpal tunnel surgery in my right wrist, I was trying to use scissors and all sorts of stuff with my left. It was impossible. All right, so these now to sew the darts on both of these. Quarter-inch. And then open it, fold it the opposite way. Sew those. Some people I have seen, because I've watched tons of videos over the years, I have seen some people cut the batting away from the dart. I don't know, or cut it in more. I didn't do that, obviously. All right, let's sew right sides together. These first. It's a good thing tomorrow is vacuum day because I'm snipping. I'm left hand throwing instead of right, which right would go into the trash, left does not. I guess I can attempt to make it nice so Scott doesn't have to vacuum all of the threads.
No matter what, don't you worry. It gets vacuumed up and thrown in the trash, one way or the other.
All right, right sides together. Match up darts. I'll just do it right here. Bless you.
All the fabric does getting to me.
Once all this is matched up first, I do these first, and then the rest of it. All right. One there. Here. There, and then I'm going to leave this one open. Go to the machine and stitch all the way around with a 1/4 seam. this side, stop about right there. Now I'm going to pull it out, right side out. And then take it over to the iron and do that pressing thing. I'll do that off camera now that you know that that's how I do that. Just going to use my hand to push this out instead of trying to fit the whatchamacallit thing in here. Shank.
Put it on the wall while you're ironing. Put it on the... but it won't stay there.
I have to use the shank because my hand is not big enough to fit in the other side. I'm going to roll it and iron it anyway. All right, I'm going to go iron this real quick. It's your choice to cut the batting away, like I said, at this junction, but I'm not going to. Just ironing around it real quick. Around the perimeter, making sure that it's nice and flat before I top stitch it. I forgot to bring clips over with me.
Do you want me to? Okay,
so I'm just going to clip it right here, and if I have to iron, I will. Hopefully not, though. I folded it pretty good. All right, time to top stitch. So I start on the side that has my opening, and then I'll just make my way around. I also backstitched 1/8 of an inch from the edge is where I'm stitching. Right there, pivot, and keep going. Get rid of my starting threads. And another one bites the dust. All right, so flatten it out. Here's one side, and then the other side is mittens. So this is like a giant bowl mitten. Mittens for your bowls. Ta-da! Or reverse it. And have this side. Look at that. All right, 2 down. Now I will show you how to do the pointed one. The regular, like if you don't have a template. So let's run through that real quick. We're gonna do a piece of cactus pepper and cactus fabric because it's literally right on top. Is this 11 inches though? Where's my ruler? Oh, not quite 11 inches. Is this 11 inches? Not quite 11. We'll just do 10-inch squares just because. For the sake of today, because these aren't the size I want, we're going to do 10-inch squares. They've been in this box forever.
I can iron that.
Oh, it's fine. I got it.
Stealing my job.
All right. I'm just going to go ahead and cut 2 10-inch squares right here. Move my Christmas stuff out of the way. Don't want to accidentally cut that. Supposedly this could always be done with 10-inch squares too. You don't have to use 11s, but if you're using the template, 11 works. But we're not doing a template at this point, just to show you. Without a template, so you can make these on your own with a pile of 10-inch squares, if that's what you have. All right, I'm going to adjust the size for 10-inch square. Actually, no, I'll just keep it the same. No big deal. All right. Are these 10-inch squares? Here's 2 of these. Nope, they're the 11s. Let me just turn these into 10-inch real quick. Should have used that one. That's okay. All right. If you are using 10-inch squares, we're going to fold this in half, match it completely up, fold it in half again, match it completely up. The folded sides are the sides you're cutting on, not your raw edge side. So I'm going to do that again with the other piece. So we're going to cut both of them, match those ends up like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to find a ruler. And at the fold right here, we're going to go ahead and cut. I have to do it upside down. Sorry, guys, it needs to be facing me. I'm going to go in because we're just going to go in. This is going to tell the depth. I'm going to do 1 inch in. So I'm going to line that up. And then I'm going to go 2 inches down. 1 inch in, 2 inches down. Right there. So there's 1 inch, 2 inch down, 1 inch in. Right there. And I'm going to make a cut. And then I'm going to turn it to the other folded side. Oh, I can't do it that way. I have to turn it very carefully. Do the same thing on the fold. Where's the fold? Right there. Yep, I'm not that handed. I gotta go this way. Turn it. You're always cutting the fold side, not the other side. 1 inch in, 2 down. 1 in, 2 down. Right there. Right there. 1 in, 2 down. There we go. So there's one. I'm just going to take this piece now, lay it on the folds at the other side, just like this, and make a cut right on the lines. It's repeating. Right there. Ta-da! So now you should have a piece that looks like this times 2. So if you don't have the template, there it is, right there. They look funky, don't they? Okay. I'm going to take this now and place it on top of here, lining up my corners because it's a 10-inch square. Line it up. I'm going to stitch this one with the quilting. Oops. Yep, I cut that one too short. Broke the thread. I knew eventually that would happen, but I just cut too tight. Got to keep them longer. Excuse me. Can I have a cold water?
Yes.
All right, this one is now stitched. I'm going to go ahead and take and cut out my darts of the batting. Where's my scissors? There they are. Because I didn't have a curve this time. So I'm literally just going to cut the batting out. Like I said, you can cut it smaller if you wanted to, but I'm not worried about that. I need to take a drink though, guys. Yeah. The thing about being on camera is I get really easily dry mouthed due to the fact that I have to talk. Sometimes I feel like I talk too much, but I know I'm not really. I get silence, which I know. All right. All right. So now, same procedure as the one that has the template. We're going to fold it, stitch these darts, and then fold it and stitch the other darts. And then do these. All right, open it, fold it the other way, stitch those darts. If you've never made these before, they're really not that hard. Obviously, if you have, like me, had memory issues, you have to make them more to remember in the beginning which way you're going and what you're sewing. But once you get started, they go pretty quick. Fold it the other way. Okay. These are now ready to place right sides together. So turn it out, right sides together. I'm just gonna match up the darts first, same as before. Literally everything's the exact same, except instead of a curve, I'm doing straight edges, so I have to pivot. And then I'll be cutting off the point for purposes of bulk. I honestly never liked this style because of the point. You'll see what I'm getting at in a minute, what I mean by that and why I don't like it. All right, and then I'm going to line up the sides. One of the sides is going to get an opening, so I will just clip this one right here, and this side right here will get unstitched. Not stitched, no stitching, how you want to say that.
On the first one, the other way you did it, why did you only use one piece of batting at a time?
I use 2 battings every time.
I know, but you put the one on first.
I put both of them on one side instead of
That's what it was.
both sides. It doesn't have to be stitched on both sides. So you can flip it out like this, and this side has no stitching. Think about it. So you can stitch one and then stitch the other and then put them together pre-stitched, but I do unstitched. Does that make any sense? I think it looks cleaner sometimes, like especially if you're putting your bowl on the inside that's stitched like this, and then the outside isn't stitched. It's a nice, clean, smooth piece of fabric. I like it that way. I mean, you can do it both ways, however you wish, because it's your bowl cozy. I'll show you, though, on another one what I mean, since I'm now confusing the heck out of everybody. Pivot. I didn't pivot, I came off and then stitched back on. Come to that. I don't know. Some of the things I do is looks, visual appearance of things that I think look better one way as opposed to another. I don't know why I think that, but I do. I'm just different. Just like I like binding wrapped around from the back to the front. I prefer that visually. I think that looks better. You know, I think it makes it look cleaner. It gives it that finishing effect, and it looks like an extra border because it's thicker, you know, of a space on the front when it's wrapped around to the front than it is what you see on the back. So to me, I like that. So bowl cozies is the same thing for me. I like it all on one side. That way when you flip it, the other side's nice and clean looking. Where did I leave my opening? Right here. Okay. Make sure I stop right there. All right, get rid of all these loose threads real quick. Although it doesn't matter because this is black fabric. All right, I'm going to turn it through my lovely little hole somewhere around here. There it is. Ooh, I made this one a little too small. Pull this through first, and then start popping the rest through. This is also easier than a curved edge to iron. Come on. Work it, work it, work it. I really made a tiny hole here. It's finger size, not hand size. I don't want to unpick it either. I backstitched. I just put some effort into it. There we go. Get through there. Woohoo! That took a minute. All right. So now, oh shoot. Now I need to pop these corners back out and clip up to the stitching, but not the stitching. Because I totally just spaced that for my corners not to be so bulky. So there's one corner. Let's find another one. All right. Here. Point right there. Up to the stitching, but not the stitching, okay? Okay, now I need another one, which is, did I do this one already? Yep. And this one? Yep. So now I'm on this one. Nope. Now I'm on the next one right here. Aha. Found it. I should have done this first. And there's one more somewhere in here. That was 3. So this one would be 4 right here. Oh, yeah, please. All right, that should be all 4 now. So now I'm going to smooth everything out, push these corners out. Grab a shank. Make them nice and crisp. Push another one out. Make it nice and crisp. And then after I finish this one, I'll show you the one batting on each side way. Instead of my nice, pretty way. Corner number 4. All right, so I'm going to go fold this under at the iron. And then clip it. And then iron the rest of the whole thing. Take about 4 of these with me. No. He's going to hold the other one up close. I did.
There's me and then there's Vanna White.
Yeah. Scott is not no Vanna White.
No. Far from it. I don't even know if Vanna's still around, though.
I have no idea. Does that show even exist
Price is
anymore?
Right. Was it Price?
Somebody took over the Price is Right.
Yeah. What is Vanna from? Is she?
No, she's from the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, that's it. Wheel of Fortune.
I think. I could be mistaken. I don't remember all the names of all the people that do all these shows. Maybe someone out there will remember. I used to watch both The Price is Right and Wheel of Fortune. I was really good at Wheel of Fortune because I had the game, remember? The at-home game with the wheel that you can spin. I love that thing.
Oh, one person said Vanna's still there.
Okay.
got to be getting up there, though. 'Cause
She's probably like 60, maybe?
I don't know. My grandpa had a huge crush on her when I was very little.
Maybe a little bit more than 60, but still going. I mean,
Anna White was one of his big time
crushes.
Yeah.
Kind of like your crush was Pamela Anderson. Your grandpa
that was years
had.
before I met you.
Everybody's had a crush. I still have my crushes. We got me a Ryan Reynolds. Yum.
Yeah, you have more than one.
I have more than one. Mark Wahlberg. Yep. Wait, who else? Ryan Gosling. Yep.
Channing
Tatum. Yep. He knows all of my men, not even myself. There's one more. Who's it? I told you I added Chris Hemsworth to it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And who was that other upcomer? I said maybe in a few more years he'll be old enough to be.
I don't remember.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and top stitch this one. Add the opening first. The bowl. Oop. I shouldn't have done that.
Said they make good little Christmas hats for kids. So I had to put it on your head so they could see.
Yeah, that's what I did last time we made bowl cozies. I wore them the whole entire time.
I know. That was a while ago, though.
Yeah.
We haven't made them in a while.
I myself do not use bowl cozies unless I absolutely have to. Like in the wintertime when it's really cold and I have a super hot bowl of soup, I'll put it in there if I'm eating in my bedroom. But when I'm at the kitchen table, there's no need. I don't even touch the bowl. I don't hold it, you know?
Your husband deals with it.
Yeah.
You have husband handle your bowl.
Oh, you handle that bowl.
I will. I will.
All right. So here is this one. Everything's nice and flat and flush. You can see the difference if I just take it off my head and show you. This one obviously was 10 inches, so it's smaller. It's a lot smaller. But this has the pointed edges, which are on super sloppy right here, apparently.
Can you make and cut curves before sewing to avoid the corner struggles?
You could make and cut all the things you want. This can be done however you want to do it, whatever is easiest for you. All right, so I'm going to show you the bowls in this one. So it fits this taller bowl, the taller porcelain bowl, it fits that a lot better. The reason why I don't like it, this is the difference. This point right here, so if you're eating your ice cream while on the couch watching a movie, these points, you take the chance of hitting your spoon on it. These ones are further down, so when you're pulling your spoon away, obviously this would be bigger if we used a bigger square, but I don't know, it doesn't fit this style bowl at 10 inches. So at 10 inches, it doesn't fit these ones. It fits the tall one. Just like that. Perfectly, though. It fits it just nice. But at 10 inches, it's a little too small. I really should have pulled all these threads. They're everywhere. Coming out all the seams. Anyway, so that's the difference. Is I don't like the pokey end ones. A lot of people make them. I prefer the round. And you can cut your own round by using, guess what? A bowl. I would use this bowl, though, to make your round curve. See? You know? Curve your roundness. Cut your round. Cut the curve. Cut the curve. So you can use a bowl to do your own curve. Now let's stitch one that's two different. So we're gonna do, let's do gingerbread men with,
Ooh, gingerbread guys.
with, where's the third one, two, oh, there's the third fabric. Okay, we'll do it with these right here. So I'm gonna fold and cut these using my template. Nicely fold it. Nicely fold it.
I like the gingerbread guys. They're cool.
Okay. Cut the template on the fold. If you don't have a template, it's, like I said, just like the previous that I just did. The template just makes it easier. All right. One cut. See, but you can use the bowl. If you don't have the template, see, it's pretty much almost the same angle. So you can make your darts, and then at the tip of your darts, line up your bowl and then cut the rest. So you can do it with a bowl. You don't have to. If you want the round ones, if you want to do round bowl cozies, that's the best way to do it. Just use a bowl.
Fabric stuff there. I was wondering what that was.
I cannot cut today. I did do a lot of cutting yesterday, filming a video and all, you know. So today is just one of those days. All right, so now you would take this one piece and put it under. This is the way most people do it, but I don't. Lay it on there. Lay your other one on here. And then you're going to stitch both of them individually.
I know you said you could put a button on these.
Yeah, you could put a button on them.
That's a good idea.
But I'm too tired to put buttons on anything.
I know you're not doing that. I'm just saying.
All right, so I'm going to,
tell the fans that
yep.
they know.
I'm going to stitch both sides, both pieces. You don't have to do as much. I'm going to use the thread cutter because I'm just hoping that it works to use it though, without messing anything up. That way I don't have, what's the word for it? Because I'm cutting it while it's on the fabric, so maybe that will help. So I've stitched this one. I'm going to stitch the second one exactly the same. Or you can do it different. You can have stitching two different ones. No one ever said it had to be the same. For me, I want it the same. All right, now scissors, cut out the batting. All the way around. Make a big mess because that's what you're gonna do. You can see how quick these go though. It doesn't take that long. I'm not enjoying that at all. I'd rather just do this. My hands cannot take cutting anymore. It really, really aggravates them. But I can cut the corners at least. Okay, there's one. Now you see why I like to just sew one side. This is the second reason. This is double the cutting, double the quilting. 5 minutes and I would have been done the other way. Okay. Now I'm going to sew the darts on all of this. So fold and sew, fold and sew. I'm just going to use it. Let's hope it stays good. There's one. Oh, duh. Whew, 2 sides first, Tiffany. Then the other 2.
Yes, you finally got your migraine medicine.
Yes, I finally got my migraine medicine, for those that were wondering. I still get just as many migraines, but now I have the medicine that actually works and actually takes it away. It takes about 2 hours, but hey, you know what? 2 hours of a migraine is better than 3 days. Funny thing is I still had one left of the other pill, the previous pill that they approved for me. I had one left of it, so I decided to take it. The other day I got a migraine, and it started, so I took the pill, and it's the one where I would have had to take 2 if it doesn't go away the first time. Well, guess what? It didn't go away the first time, but I'm not allowed to mix pills, so I ended up taking a muscle relaxer and what is the word for it? Ibuprofen. And then it took about another 2 hours. It helped relieve it. I was like, my goodness, it took all day. Plus, it didn't hurt that I was laying down, so that helps a little bit to lay down and relax during a migraine instead of being up. But I do get up, and I'm on camera sometimes with migraines, you know. I try to stay active during them, even though they're almost debilitating, but I still try to do things while having them. That way I'm used to it and I can move around and I'm not stuck in bed for days at a time. I've always hated that over the years. The first like 5 or 6 years of, being an adult having migraines and living on my own. It was hard to lay down with kids, so I was starting to get used to, just being up and moving around and doing things and hanging out with kids, even though I had a migraine and really, really, really just wanted to stay in bed, So I just got myself used to not being in bed, which actually was like perfect for my family because my kids were able to see me more. So now I'm just stitching around this. 1/4 inch seam around each curve. Difference is now I'm just sewing directly on the batting, so I can't see the fabric underneath the batting at all. Right, I'm gonna churn it out now and then take it over and press. This time I made it, big enough for my hand. I have small hands though, so I don't really need that big of an opening.
Oh, look at that. I like the little gingerbread guys. They're cute.
All right, so this is a quilting on both sides one. All right, so I'm going to take this over now to the iron and I'm going to press the same as before, except I just have one layer of batting on each side as I fold it. Takes just a second to get these folded under. I'm going to clip it and then I'm going to press the rest of the whole thing. All right, and then the rest of it, I'm just going to roll the edges out nice and flat and make it flat before I top stitch. Also, I know before somebody asked, or if they've already asked, you don't need to clip around the curves of this. It lays flat all on its own. So in case you were wondering, because I know a lot of people clip curves like in bags and stuff, but there's no need with these bowl cozies. Okay. Top stitch. Getting hungry.
It is soon you're getting there.
It's because I got up early. Once I pass the opening that I've stitched shut, you can sew these a lot faster.
Did you ever see how T makes her bowl cozies? With that sewing an X on them once it's done so they stay together?
I don't remember if I watched T make bowl cozies before. I probably have.
I don't know.
I mean, I used to watch her videos constantly. You guys know I don't really go in other people's videos anymore in their chats. But yeah, you could stitch your pieces to your batting first. And then you can take and top stitch, especially just right here in the bottom. You can just do a little tiny X right there and it holds the layers together. But honestly, it doesn't matter, you know? You just push them down. Most of the times they stay through everything. And again, another bowl cozy. Simple. Ay. Now I got to keep going because I have so much more to make. What am I at now? 3 Christmas ones? I need to keep going with the Christmas ones. All right, so I just have one that's quilted a little differently. That's fine. All right. So I'm just going to fold one of these and we're going to match it with, let's put this one with bells. All right. Fold. And fold. Fold. I didn't want to use directional fabric and I didn't realize that the bells were directional, but I'm using them anyway. All right, where's my little template thing? Gonna lay it on here. Make my lovely cuts. Where did it skip? It was the whole way. Weird. Number 1.
Could you fold the batting and use the template on the one?
I could use the batting, yes, on the template. So I can just take one at a time. Fold it. Grab a bigger cutter. What? Come on. Are you kidding me? Let's go. And then grab another one. It's a little bit harder. That's why scissor cutting or after cutting is probably more efficient way. I'm going to stand for this. I have more leverage when I'm standing. Plus the 60 millimeter cutter is not really good for curves. But the 45 is too small when it's folded in 4. That's why I'd rather just cut after. But see, you can cut before. And then line them up. I'm going to just do 2 because that's what I want to do, is the same as I've been doing. Stack 2. Quilt. This one. So line it all up on there. And quilt it. Just cut, Tiffany. Just do it. fold it, sew it. Thank you, Marilyn. What'd you do? Oh, thank you. That's very sweet of you. You guys don't have to do that, but I could tell you this, there are other ways to donate as well for... Everyone calls it buy me a coffee, but I don't drink coffee, so it's bacon. Buy me bacon. Bacon energizes me. Yeah, YouTube takes 30% of when you guys do that, and the other ways are easier, but thank you very much just the same. I just figured I'd say that out loud.
Appreciate.
Figured I'd say it out loud because I usually don't, but Explanation Bacon gives you a link to my donate stuff.
Where do you get this template?
You can get this template at Fat Quarter Shop. You can get it at anywhere that sells rulers. Even your local quilt shop could have it. I mean,
oh, our shop would probably have it.
I mean, yeah, anywhere that, because bowl cozies is a common thing among quilters, apparently. It wasn't when, I mean, it was. When I first started quilting, I was like, I ain't making those. But then somebody wanted them, and then somebody else wanted. Really? You know? So obviously it's very common among quilters. And then I realized when you go to craft fairs, guess what they sell? Bowl cozies, napkins, all sorts of stuff. I'm like, really? There is one thing I do want to make for our household here. Reusable paper towels. Buy microfiber fabric, right? You get a bunch of microfiber fabric and it sticks to itself. You cut them into a specific amount of squares, you serge around the edges of them, and then you roll it on a paper towel roller, one after the other, and then as you pull, it pulls one off, and then there's another one, and it pulls another one off. I keep seeing it all over the internet, and I'm like thinking to myself, gosh darn it, I need to make some reusable paper towels, because that would be cool, but oops, right sides together, Tiffany. I'm talking, that's what's screwing me up. So, yeah, I always thought that would be cool. But I don't have any, what's the word for it? Microfiber. I don't even know, where do you buy microfiber? Because I don't see microfiber at the store. I wouldn't even know where to buy it. Either way, whether I do or don't make it, don't even know where to get the fabric. And the only thing we use paper towels for actually is to clean Thumper's puke, and reusing that would be, even after washing it, it would just be gross. So we just throw the paper towels in the trash. I better close that blade. That's a bigger one for me to cut myself with. All right. Oop. And start right here. After I sew this one, I think I'm going to be done though, because I am like super starving today because I got up so early. I'm like starved. Okay. Oof, I thought I was already sewing on the side that... All right, turn it out, press it. So when it's, like, say you didn't quilt either layer, say you did both sides and then didn't quilt it, and you just sewed the darts and put it together, you can after quilt it. So when it's done, like this, you can after quilt it. Just flatten it out, stitch, flatten it under there. You can move it under and under and under, and then just do an after quilt, or you can just do like a little cross down here at the bottom, or a circle or something. I mean, you don't have to quilt these things. Like I said, I think it looks cleaner when one side isn't, which is the side that's, you know, on the inside usually, or on the outside. It really doesn't matter which way you put it, but I just think it looks cleaner in my eyeballs, you know, in my OCD brain, I guess. I guess it's up to the person sewing them. Everybody does something different, and this is just what I do. All right, so I'm gonna go press this at the iron, get it nice and flat, 1/4 inch seam, and that way I can top stitch it beautifully. It's gonna take just a second for me to do this, again, which you already knew. Go ahead while I'm at it. Turn that, do the other side. Hot, hot, hot iron. Not sure my fingers wanted to deal with this today. Just remember when you're pressing around the edge in your bowl cozy that you keep your fingers away for like 2 seconds because it's going to get hot because it's, you know, you're making a bowl and you're putting the heat inside that bowl, you know. So it does get a little on the too hot to touch side, but they do make special gloves for ironing. And they also have little finger things for ironing, which I have them, I just never use them. Probably should, but I don't. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clip this shut now. I ironed a pucker into there, so I just gotta like make sure it stays flat as I'm top stitching it. All right. And I ran out of bobbin. It's a good thing I rolled 2 bobbins just to be sure, because I knew that I would go through 1 bobbin on video. Because I'm using the same red on top and on bobbin. All right, let's see where that ended. Start a little bit above it. There. All right.
There you go, 5 done. Look at that.
1 doesn't count though for today. Pass me those. The towards my holiday ones. All right. All right, so let me flatten this lovely thing out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 holiday ones so far, and 1 just random funky taco bowl because it's got tacos and burritos.
Do you oil your bobbin case after each bobbin change?
I do not oil the bobbin case in the Juki because there is an oil reservoir right next to it that keeps all that stuff lubricated. So I do not put it in there unless I absolutely have to, like after sewing stuff like this. But normally I do not. My long arm and my embroidery machine are the only ones that I oil the hook when after every bobbin change, I oil the hook on those. But on this, I don't even bother. It lubricates itself. All right, 4 bowls for Christmassy holiday stuff. Ta-da. I'm done for now, though. I'm going to get off here 10 minutes early because I am hungry. I mean, you know what happens when you get hungry. I'm staring at my bowl where I would eat cereal, you know. I wonder if I have chocolate cereal. Do I have any chocolate cereal? No.
Tomorrow you will.
Darn.
I'm buying it tomorrow.
Okay, he's going to get it tomorrow. I guess I will have a ham sandwich for lunch. All right, any questions before I get off of here? I'm going to continue making these until they're all done, but I'm going to do it all off camera because there's no sense in making more than 5 for you guys. You have all the different ways you can do it. And if you have a bigger size square, say you want a bigger bowl. I'm just going to give you this real quick. You want a bigger bowl, say like a 13, 15, let's say 15-inch bowl. Just remember on the dart part, when you're cutting your bigger bowl on your darts, because you're going to be getting a, you know, this unless you curve your own edges, the darts are going to go bigger. The bigger the piece, the bigger the darts, so that you have the bigger the opening on the bottom, you know, to make. If you're going to do 15 inches, I would say go over 1.5 to maybe 1 3/4 inch from the top and then down 3 inches. You know what I mean? Then if you want even bigger, or you want to make, I don't know exactly how to make the rectangular ones. There are videos online, but I've seen the rectangular bowl cozies for the flat thing, not a pan for cookies. What's the next one? That's kind of tall. A cake pan. So for like anybody that makes casseroles, you can make big ones for casserole dishes so that when it comes out of the oven, yeah, you stick it in your bowl cozy and then just take it and put it on the table. You know, you can make them. There are videos for that, but for the rounder ones, just remember the bigger the square, the bigger the dart. So this was an 11-inch square. The dart is 1 inch over and 2 inches down. So bigger. They are microwavable if you use 100% cotton batting, 100% cotton fabric, 100% cotton thread. Problem is with the batting, you're never going to find 100. It says 100%, but some battings will say with scrim. So even this batting right here, this one might not have scrim in it, but this one has scrim in it. I know that because I don't buy it's 100% cotton, but it has scrim, which is the fiber, homemade fiber that bonds the cotton together to keep it flat. So just remember that scrim part is a different fiber. So you put it in the microwave, it's going to catch on fire. And not everybody remembers what all their scrap battings are. So unless you're buying Wrap and Zap, you really shouldn't put these in the microwave. I wouldn't. And why put, like I said, hot bowl in the microwave. Zip, zip, zip. It's microwaved. It's nice and hot. Put this bowl right in front of the microwave. Go like this. Bam. Instantly, you don't really have to touch it because it went right into this. See where I'm going here? That way, this bowl also doesn't get hot. So there that is. That's my 2 cents. So you guys know I always have to add my 2 cents sometimes, you know. All right, no other questions?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. I'm going to get going.
So see, you
Thank
should
you
get
guys
off
all for
early.
hanging out. Yeah, I
Your
know.
normal
5
time.
minutes is my normal time. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will see you on Sunday for a Black Sunday D-stash.
Black
It's
Friday
instead of Black Friday, I'm calling it Black
Sunday.
Sunday. And then that's it. Look forward to a new video coming out. Who knows when? I got to edit today. So see you guys later. Bye.